Hello students, today I am going to teach you the topic principles of cloud computing. Let us start with the concept principles of cloud computing. Now, as the National Institute of Standards and Technology, which called as a NIST, describe the five essential characteristics features that promote cloud computing, then the four deployment models that are used to narrate the cloud computing opportunities for customers while looking at architectural model, and the three important and basic service offering models of cloud computing. From this, NIST primarily defined as a five essential characteristics, where in terms of principles of cloud computing. Now, cloud computing offers different cloud services in terms of machines in the cloud, storage in the cloud, database in the cloud, applications in the cloud. We can say that in terms of machines in the cloud, if you ask the questions, can I move my virtual machine elsewhere? Or in terms of storage in a cloud, can I move my data elsewhere? Or in terms of database, I can ask questions, can I move my data elsewhere? In terms of application in the cloud, I have questions, can I run my application elsewhere? Now, here, as per define the NIST five essential characteristics which act as a principles of a cloud computing. Now, the five essential character says that on-demand self-service, broad network access, elastic resource pooling, rapid elasticity, and measured services. Let's talk about the every characteristics as a cloud computing principles. Now, there are four basic things people are doing in the cloud. Which are the basic things? Machines in the cloud, storage in the cloud, database in the cloud, and application in the cloud. In addition to these four basics, cloud providers offer other services such as message queues and data mining. Then all of these things are lumped into a generic term called as a cloud computing. Now we'll go with the first essential characteristics which is act as a principle as a on-demand self-service. In a on-demand self-service, a consumer can unilaterally provision computing capabilities such as a server time and network storage as needed automatically without requiring human interaction with each service provider. Now, let's see another principle as a broad network access. As previously also I told you, for the cloud computing, internet thing is a important, it is necessary. As a broad network access point of view, capabilities are available over the network and access through standard mechanisms that promote use of heterogeneous thin or thick client platform. If I'm talking about the thin and thick client platform, it means examples as a mobile phones, laptops, or personal digital assistant, that is a PDA. So with the help of this different thin as well as thick client, I'm going to access all the different kinds of application as a part of cloud computing. Now, As we know, machines in the cloud, many cloud providers allow you to create a virtual machine that is called as a VM and deploy it in the cloud. Now, your virtual machine image are stored in a cloud storage. Then you can create as many images as you need. Then you can automatically start and stop running instances of those images as needed. Now, this is the simplest way to get started in the cloud, particularly if you have been using virtualization already. Now, if you are using a virtualization, the basic purpose of the virtualization is that whenever on a single machine you want to use the number of operating system, you want to use the Ubuntu, you want to use the Linux versions, or you want to use the Mac OS, or you want to use the Android. What is the solution for that? Simply, if you have the virtualization software on your PC, with the help of that virtualization software, you can use the different operating system in a virtual mode. No need to install any operating system completely. As you need, you can use it with the help of virtualization software. That software comes like an VMware, then Citrix, Xen hypervisor, then we have the Oracle box. Also, there is a Hyper-V provided by the Microsoft. Now, also as a principal point of view, I'm talking elastic resource pooling, which is one of the principles of the cloud computing. In the elastic resource pooling, the provider's computing resources are pooled to serve multiple consumers using a multi-tenant model with different physical and virtual resources dynamically assigned and reassigned according to consumer demand. Now, there is a sense of location independence in that the customer generally has no control or knowledge over the exact location of the provided resources, but may be able to specify the location at a higher level of abstraction. If you see the example, country, state, or data center. Example of resource includes storage, processing, memory, and network bandwidth. So it is one of the principles that elastic resource pooling in terms of the machines in the cloud. Now, with this, we have focused on the storage in the cloud. Number of times you are saying I have purchased cloud storage where I feel that my data is secured, there is no problem of the data loss and all. Means what? You already subscribe for the any cloud services, and with the help of that you have purchased the space which you require for your business or any business transaction. That is storage in a cloud. It's one of the principles in terms of the rapid elasticity. Here, most cloud storage systems are designed as distributed redundant system in terms of your data are stored on more than one disk in more than one place. Then if one part of the system goes down, the rest of the system keeps going. Again, there should be never be a single point of failure is a stated design goal. But you can't think of cloud storage as just another hard drive. It's very much important. As I'm talking about the rapid elasticity, so it is one of the principles of the cloud computing. As storage in the cloud, capabilities can be rapidly and elastically provisioned, in some cases automatically, to quickly scale out and rapidly release to quickly scale in. To the consumer, the capabilities available for provisioning often appear to be unlimited and can be purchased in any quantity at any time. Whenever you want, you can change the subscription of your storage, change the capacity of the storage. Now this is in terms of the rapid elasticity. Again, database in the cloud, it's one of the principles where cloud database have similar design points. In these points, data sets are distributed for reliability. Whenever you want, you can access. Some cloud databases support schemas, some don't. Some cloud databases supports join, some don't. Then some cloud databases are relational, almost all aren't. Some cloud databases are transactional, some aren't. So these are the certain limitations in terms of the certain principles. Now these are also treated as a services provided by the cloud. Now one thing want to clear, whatever the cloud service provider exists in the market, as they are having their own cloud subscription packages, depending on what kind of services you are going to use, are you needed or needed by the client, definitely they will follow the pay as you go pattern. Now it's very simple funda. What is a pay as you go? If there is a new technology, any talented programmer will want to use it. Maybe the shiny new things is appropriate for what we are doing, maybe not. We were probably going to use it anyway. So the challenges is to walk the line between using the newest cooling thing, avoiding vendor lock-in. So as I'm talking about the vendor lock-in pay as you go, in terms of the cloud computing principle, I'm saying it's treated as a measured services. Now, as a part of the principal major services, cloud systems automatically control and optimize resource use of leveraging a metering capability at some level of abstraction appropriate to the type of services. Example, you're using the storage, processing, bandwidth, and active user accounts. Then resource usage can be monitored, controlled, and reported, providing transparency for both the provider and the consumer of utilized services. Here, as I'm talking as a pay as you go, then it's very much important that what kind of services you have subscribed and what is the usage of that services, everything has been reported in terms of the end user, client, as well as the developer, as well as the those who are the cloud provider. So there is a transparency, there is a no hidden thing from the provider as well as the end user. Now these are the principles will act for the cloud computing. Comes variants like on demand self service, then broad network access, then elastic resource pooling, then rapid elasticity, then measured services. Again, in terms of a pay as you go is one of the principles for the cloud computing. Here, the number of cloud providers exist in the market, whichever cloud service provider you will consider, for that there are certain charges, and that whole charges billing you can view on your dashboard. So these are the vendor lock-in pay as you go principle, that is in terms of the major services.